Strange time of living in panic and hysteria.
Can I do a freestyle for you, man?
Yeah, let me hear something.
All right. But I need your help because I'm going to go off top. So let me get 3 of the most creative, challenging words you can think of. No food and no animals.
Wait, bro, are you the dude on YouTube?
I don't know who you're talking about.
Oh, I gotta charge you.
If you lie to the government, they'll put you in prison. But when they lie to all of us, it's called being a politician. You think taking guns away will save our kids from the killings, but you're pro-choice, abortion kills way more children. If America's so terrible and racist, it probably isn't safe to encourage immigration. Just saying. All the
What's good, my Critty fam? And we're back. And today, first and foremost, if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. I think we're like 12 away from hitting the 600 mark on that ladder to the 1,000 sub mark. But it's absolutely free. You don't even gotta fill out your name to join the best family, the best community on YouTube. And yes, I will say that with confidence now. After saying it in the last video and the comments and everything, we got the best family ties on YouTube, man. Ain't no negativity nowhere on this channel. So in saying that, hit that subscribe button and come join. What are you waiting for? You know how we get down over here? And of course today we got the fan favorite Ren, who never never fails to blow our mind. But I was scrolling. I don't got the list with me of all the suggestions of all these songs I said, but I just went to Ren's page and I was just scrolling through his videos, just trying to find a new video to do, and I seen this one, which wasn't requested at all, as was the last Diazepam song that we did at his. So this one wasn't requested either, but it's got 370,000 views. I was gonna do a different song of, I can't remember the name of it. It had like over 1 million something, but this one is titled Insomnia. And so I chose to do this one because piggybacking off of the Diazepam song video that he made, and we kind of dove deep into that about like being on medications for whatever you may need it for, anxiety, depression, whatever. And insomnia came up because I admitted that myself, that still to this day I need medication to go to sleep at night. I don't like the fact that I have to use it, and hopefully I can get to a point where I don't. But like with the PTSD shit, when I try to sleep at night, or even just the body pain, like from years of boxing and fighting, MMA, wrestling, years of that will tear your body down. So between stress in life and the gears turning when you're trying to sleep at night, and just hear voices and you're just tossing and turning all night because you can't sleep. So I would get into that phase where I could not sleep, but I'm in like physical pain or mental pain. Them gears turning is like you got the TV, the volume all the way up on blast with speakers everywhere, and you can't sleep. And that's always a huge problem for me. I already know I'm going to connect to this song deeply, like most of his other songs. Like, you know how we do over here when Ren's message resonates with everybody. And after the Diazepam song and just what we've talked about in the comments and shit, again, this is a huge problem. Insomnia, whether it be stress, anxiety, physical, whatever. A lot of people suffer with it for many reasons, and it's something you got to struggle with every day, because every day you have to wake up, go to work, take care of your kids, do this, do that. And God, there's so many days where even on the medication, I'm trying to, sleep and get up and go to work at 6 a.m. every morning, come home take care of the kids, you know, do what I gotta do, hop up on here and make these videos. And if I can't get a good sleep at night and I feel like I'm just dying in the morning, but like, you gotta push through, you gotta push through, you gotta push through. But there will be times like when I wouldn't have medication, be up literally 3, 4, 5 days at a time, to a point I was literally hallucinating, thinking I'm seeing dogs in my room and shit. Like, oh my God, I can't do this no more. I need to go to the doctor. If I need medication to sleep, so be it. You know, hopefully I can get myself out of that never-ending cycle of, you know, thinking like, all right, now I don't have the medication to sleep. Now when I try to go to sleep, all I'm going to think about is, oh, fuck, I need that medication. I'm not going to fall asleep. And I'll be sitting there all night tossing and turning, thinking about how I need this medicine, or I'm not going to be able to sleep. So it's just one of those double-edged sword cycle of shit. And like I said, Ren can articulate my thoughts, your thoughts. Obviously, like I said, we all come together on this page. I feel like we all speak to each other. And so let me just stop talking and let Ren do the talking for me, because he's obviously way better at it than I am. Let's go. Insomnia.
What is it all for? I've asked myself that question so many times now, it's become more worn than my Reebok classics. I'm a slave to frivolous habits, of introspection without any destination.
It's coming out strong. Yeah, it's going to be a deep one. What is it all for? Like, why am I waking up every day? Like, especially when you don't sleep, because it's a problem. Like, I don't remember the exact statistics on it, but what, you sleep like a third of your life away, or like a third of your life you're asleep, or 2/3 you're asleep. So sleep is really something that's detrimental, like, to your health, physically, mentally, emotionally. Sleep is when your body recuperates everything. Like, your cells rejuvenate, your muscles get to relax. Like, a lot goes into sleep. When I was in college, I did it was a 15 or 20 page research paper on dreams, just dreaming alone, which is, that's a whole nother topic in itself. I won't even dive into that, but it gets you to this point where when you wake up and you're tired, like I said, you have to push through it. Like, what is it all for? I'm doing this over and over again and I'm stuck. Like, I'm not going nowhere. Like, I feel more worn out than my Reebok classics. The old white, nice Reeboks you usually get. The white ones outside, you can't get that little scuff of dirt on it. Got wiped it off real quick, right? Got the new fresh Reeboks on. But no, I see what he means. Like, you become worn out to this shit. Like, when you're not seeing the achievements or the numbers growing, and we'll say in this case, you know, the music or my YouTube views. If we were still at only like 25 subscribers, 25 views on each video, I would probably not have the motivation that I have to still keep making these videos had it not all been for views. And I'm sure Ren hit that point too, where and then he, you know, took off. That's what it was all for. That's what the pushing through it was for, because of the stage you're at now. But hindsight is 50-50, of course.
Ruminating thoughts in constant rotation, is it what it means to be conscious? To constantly question our conscious? Despondently fall on my back horizontally. Under my bed there are monsters that visit me.
Is this what it means to be conscious? Like, just to question everything. That's what I said, right? I do this, right? Like, where the gears are turning and you're just questioning everything. And then I said, like, I got to that point where I felt like I was hallucinating. Like, am I actually like physically conscious right now? Because I'm seeing a deer in my room, but I know there's not a deer in my room. And then it starts, like, it could just take your mind so many ways when you don't sleep. Try to stay awake for a week straight and see how literally crazy in the brain you go. Like, if you've never done it actually, you know, on purpose, not on purpose, like if you went on a party and binge or whatever, or if you suffer from insomnia and you've been awake for days at a time, you go crazy. You start to question everything.
When I try to sleep, they're those thoughts that play on repeat, that say, Ren, you're always gonna suffer, Ren.
Yes. Ooh. See, that's what I'm saying. Let Ren just do the talking for us. I should just shut up and just let the song play, but I know I've done that before, right? I talk too much, but I mean, if you're watching the video, I know you're here for me to talk, so I'm going to give my opinion on it. But that's what I just said. Like, the monster's under your bed, like, screaming at you, and you can't sleep. But yeah, obviously metaphorically, not a monster in your bed, but those monsters in those voices in your ear, those voices in your head, they're like fucking monsters. Like literally, sometimes like they will terrorize you. I gotta wake up just like the other night, and I had to be up at at 6 o'clock for work, and I was like 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and I'm still awake, tossing and turning, man, just thinking about everything. And I'm looking through the curtains, and I see it starts getting light out. I'm like, fuck. Then my work alarm goes off, and I say, fuck. Like, I couldn't get no sleep last night. Now the whole day's going to be ruined. I'm going to be in a bad mood. I'm going to be tired. I'm going to be exhausted. When I get out of work, my girls are Energizer bunnies. So, like, I need to have energy to play with them and take care of them. And it's this goddamn monsters that won't let me sleep, that are putting me in this negative mindset where if I would have got a good night's sleep, all the thoughts fade away and all the volume turns down. And that goes back to the diazepam song. Like, why you take medication like that to turn the volume down, to keep those monsters under there so you can get a good night's sleep, so you can focus on really what you need to focus on in life. And I know I need to focus on that myself, like get to the root causes of why am I not sleeping, like the PTSD or the thoughts in my head, like how can I get rid of those without using a medication? And it's hard, and I don't know, unless if you can have answers for me, unless Ren gives me the answer in this song. You know what I mean? The most you could do is just take it and keep going with it.
Always gonna suffer. And I boomerang between optimism and pessimism so much that my sanctuary could be a prison. What blinds me could give me vision, and what finds me is this indecision of what to do with these questions.
Ooh, I boomerang my optimism so much it could be a prison. Like a boomerang, the triangle shaped frisbee, flip it and it goes all around, it comes back to you, a boomerang. So again, a never ending circle. That's what I said in the beginning of the video. The gears turning, sleeping, waking up, just a never ending circle through the boomerang, though, thinking like being optimistic or pessimistic about it, like, oh, I'll overcome this one day. And that's what I'm saying to myself right now. Like, I'm throwing that boomerang out there, hoping when it comes back around, like, I'll be good. I won't need this medication to sleep or to get these thoughts out of my head. But is that being like sometimes being too optimistic can be detrimental? I don't know.
Is there purpose? Is there God? And if there is God, then God, why do I feel like this, God? Are we not sculpted in your image? And if so, do you feel that pain?
That's what... Oh, that's deep. Even if you're not like religious, like I'm not super religious, where I sit down at night and pray to God. Like I'm not gonna sit here in front like I am, but I say God works in mysterious ways. Everything happens for a reason. But like, if God exists, why do little kids get hurt? These are all questions that surround religion. So we're not going to dive deep into the religion part. But the fact that he's saying, like, why are you doing this to me? Like, are we not sculpted in your image? Like, am I doing something wrong? Like, why is this happening to me? Like, and I could say it to myself right now, too. Like, I'm at a good point. And I'm going to say in my life, I'm going to say in my head, where I'm not the same person I was 10 years ago, the way I think, the way I approach situations, when you grow and mature and, you wonder why there's so much bullshit in your life that it's based on your own decisions. Well, like you're getting yourself into those problems, you know what I mean? So to look up and be like, God, like, why are you doing this to me? Like, cause right now I got away from all that bullshit, my bad life, not being a good person or being schemy or, trying to hit a lick or get a quick come up or not care about, other people in general, not being empathetic or sympathetic. Like, and when I was going through my addiction and my problems, all those feelings, emotions, everything, they go away. And then you feel like you care for nothing, nothing cares for you. You got to love yourself before you can love anyone else, before anyone else can love you. You're like, God, like, why are you doing this to me? Like, now I'm in that good mindset where I want to be friendly. I want to be a good person. I want to help people less fortunate than me, even though I'm not very fortunate myself. But I am, because I have all you amazing people. And all I had to do was pick up my phone and start recording. And you just gave me the inspiration, motivation, encouragement, the belief in myself. Like you just gave me motivate. Like you just gave me everything to keep doing this. It's crazy, and it's only 600 people so far. I mean, that's an army. A 600. Yeah, you see a football team coming down the field like giant, like 600 people. If I came down the street, like that's a big army, and I appreciate every single one of you. That's why I try to reply to every single comment, because I read it. Like I said, this is our community, our channel that we built, and we're still doing it. And stuff like this is amazing, but it's like I'm at this good stage. Like, why am I suffering still? Like, why can't I sleep? Like, I just posted a video. They got 100 comments. Chris, you're amazing. Chris, you're smart. I love listening to you talk. Like, you're passionate, this, that. Like, all these positive feedback that I'm getting. Yet I go to bed at night and I have to take this medication still, because I still get these negative voices in my head that are still telling me, like, oh, okay, you might reach 1,000 subscribers, but it's probably going to end there, dude. Like, you're not going to get over, like, 2,000 subscribers. Like, why are you wasting your time doing this? I've actually had people say that to me. And my reply to that is not that I feel obligated now to bring these videos to you, but I feel like if you want to talk about God and purpose, like, this could be my purpose. Like, it started out being a reaction to break down bars and lyrics, like bar heavy, and I mean, that's a bar heavy mag. But then we get in deeper, and I forgot where I was going with that. I just lost my whole train of thought. Ren does this to me every single time. But whatever. The point I was making is you got to get out of that. Like, sometimes you can't get out of that mindset, but let's just keep listening.
Unrelinquishing pain, like my brain got put under a Bunsen burner and torched until the membranes became flame. I hate not sleeping. I like the weekend because other people don't sleep either. Mindless TV shows irritate me, but they're my messiah, because I can become brain dead, wasted.
Let's go. Yes. Okay, see, all right. This one we're going to shorten up me talking a little bit, because every time I go to talk and get flustered or tongue-tied or whatever I'm trying to think, I click play and then Ren just explains it for me perfectly. And then just what he said there too, like how he makes these small references that make so much sense to, like, I feel better on the weekends because I know everybody else ain't sleeping. But everyone else is out partying, having fun, not sleeping. You're laying in your bed anxiously tossing and turning, not sleeping. So you watch these TV shows, reruns over and over and over again, because that becomes all you can do. And that's, honestly, that's one of my problems too. Mine is like my whatever in my brain that keeps me awake. I get stuck watching TV shows, even TV shows that I've seen on repeat, like The Office and Shameless. Shout out to the UK, because I know you both got Office and Shameless. UK, Shameless, Ren. This all happened for a reason, you know what I mean? But I be stuck up all night watching a TV show. It's like, damn, man, I've seen this show 1,000 times already, and I still don't just stay up all night watching, and I gotta go be dead at work. But that becomes normal, and it's not normal because you need sleep. Can't waste your life away, because like he said, you know, I become brain dead. Like, and when you're watching the TV show, you're not focused on that show. You're not focused on the fact that you're not sleeping or doing what you need to do to keep your mind, your mental, emotional, and physical shape strong. It can suck you into a hole.
Lost in trails of dry saliva.
But I'm a survivor, a child of destiny.
But this night has been testing me. Question the mess that's progressing, undressing me, stripping me naked and stuffing the stressing me.
Undressing me, stripping me naked and stuffing the stressing me. Again, with Brian, like, we can go down the lane of breaking down his bars. Like, the man's wordplay and his syllable placement is insane. Like, again, just that rhyme scheme right there. And I know more breaking down the bars and whatnot, is like the Harry Mack and Eminem type songs where it's like bar heavy, but we can't just skip over the fact that, yeah, Ren sends an amazing message and he's an amazing storyteller, and he gets into your heart and he gets into your mind. But we can't skip over this man's writing skills. Like, to put words together in a way like where I'm just sitting here talking is one thing, but to formulate them on a page in a song that makes sense with the beat as you're telling the story, using multiple syllable words, not only at the end of each sentence, but he's using multiple syllable words next to each other and then still rhyming them with other multiple syllable words in the next line. That's not that easy to do. If you write or any, like, you know what I'm talking about.
I used to use drinking as a way to stop thinking, and my problems with drinking made me feel like I was sinking. So I dried up my drinking and I couldn't sleep a wink. And now I'm thinking, now I'm thinking, now I'm thinking, now I'm thinking about nothing. Fuck
Yes, yes. I just said I'm gonna stop talking because he's just explaining it, and that's what I mean. Like, Ren puts my thoughts on a paper. So he said he started drinking, but when he stopped drinking, he couldn't sleep. The drinking drained that away, but now you're up thinking. What are you thinking about? Nothing. But now that other substance, that chemical is coming out of your body, and that's keeping you awake. I used to have that problem too when I would drink. I used to drink a lot when we were partying and fighting, and when I wasn't the person who I always knew I was. I could not sleep when I drank. I don't know why. Other people be passed out drunk, right? Sippy, pissy drunk, passed. I couldn't sleep. And then when I stopped drinking, especially when I stopped drinking and doing like the drugs when I was real bad, man, I really could not sleep. But that's when I didn't want to go to the hospital and get on medication, because I'm like, I just got off of like a drug addiction. I wasn't an alcoholic, but I liked to party. And so the fact that I got through that, I'm like, I don't want to put more substances in my body when I just had to overcome those barrels and hurdles. But like how he said, now you're just thinking about nothing. Those chemicals are in there, whether they're gone or not, you're still stuck thinking about nothing. So where do you go from there? Man, come on.
nothing and everything and nothing.
Everything at the
I
same
hate
time.
not sleeping, so I lie here trying to count sheep, and that bleating's repeating. My bleeding heart is beating and beating, eating. My sleep is depleting, pleading for healing.
Right there, beating and beating. My sleep is pleading, depleting, and leading. Just I'm
It's
not
fleeting, longing for sleep, it's so deep, it's peaking. I weep in these sheets, it's doubling, doubly trouble, it's ugly, bleak, it's so bleak, it's so bleak, and I lost my mind on a line. I hate not sleeping. I hate not sleeping.
that was the end of it. Yeah, we talked a lot longer than the song was, right? But I mean, that's what Ren does. Was this man could put out a 1 minute song and we could talk for 30 minutes. A 2 minute song, we could talk for an hour. And there's really not even nothing that to explain. Like I said, mine is breaking down the actual bars, words, syllables, lyrics is insane writing. Like that last verse right there was just insane. Blinkity, bleaking off the fleeking and bleaking and the bleaking the eye and the bleaking. Not even gonna lie, I really don't even know what he said. And let's see. No, it don't look like there's any pinned. The lyrics ain't pinned here. All right, but let me read this. It says, for nearly 2 months now, I haven't been sleeping. I average about 3 hours a night and have been wrestling on how it's affected my ability to interact with the world. This is coming from Ren. He posted this, right? And I said that when you don't sleep, you can't interact with anyone. Like I said, I wake up and I'm angry in the morning that I didn't sleep, and those voices are still in your head because you didn't sleep, so the gears are still turning. So now you're kind of in your already angry head and that you didn't get to sleep. Your body's physically feeling it from not sleeping, trying to work. So now you're being rude to people, you're being dismissive of people, you're not listening to people because your brain is in a fog. Like literally, like it's like you put blinders on. Wait, actually, I think he said that in the song. I feel like someone's coming over to blind me. He made some reference there, right? But then he goes on to say, I decided to try and channel all this frustration into my art. So in the early hours, I was just laying in bed wishing for rest. I wrote and produced. I got up at 3 a.m. this morning to finish off some final tweaks in this mix. I hope you enjoy. Got up at 3 a.m. to do this song. Half the time I'm recording my videos, if you don't know, if you can tell I look super tired or whatnot, it's usually late at nighttime. Once either if my girls are with their mother, they go home for the night, or if I get them to sleep first. Because like I said, work to home to the kids, so your errands, by that time you're exhausted, you know? And so I have to stay up late to make these videos. And I be tired, so I need to get a good night's sleep. Or then it's like the next day, I'm too tired to make a video. And then that can go on for like 2-3 days. And then I hop on here like, yo, I'm sorry, I couldn't get a video out. Like, I literally was just physically too tired to do it, like mentally and physically. But that's when you got to push through that. So he said he channeled it into his art. And that's, well, I know you guys have all been following me because you guys are, like I said, I say family, community, because you guys have followed my videos to like know my stories of like, you know, my daughters on my arms and my past and my growing up. And then like, I feel like we all kind of know each other now just from talking. And like I said, I use this channel as my outlet. And now when I feel like I was getting stressed or when I did the reaction to losing it, you know, that was a bad week for me, bad 2 weeks where I thought I was losing it. Like I just did all this for nothing and I'm about to just lose it. Like it's gone. But no, like this is my channel for my art, whatever, me speaking, my outlet, you know? And he did that with his music and it shows clearly. I mean, look how long we talk about a 2-minute song that he did these lyrics in, and we can go on talking about an hour, breaking it down the message of it because it's so deep. But you got to take, at the end of every video, I always just see Ren's negative to the positive. Starting from High Ren, the very first song I listened to, the negative voices, the positive voices, the pendulum swinging from the light to the dark, from the bad to the good, like, and you have to find a way, you know what I mean? Like, some people don't, unfortunately. I wasn't going to bring it up because I didn't want to get emotional, but I'm just going to put it out there real quick. Just 2 days ago, I had yet another, after I addressed it in a previous video, just 2 days ago, I had another childhood friend of mine pass. Because he couldn't deal, I don't know if it was, we don't get the details yet, if it was intentional or whatever, but he was honestly fighting some monsters under the bed, and he's not swinging back into the light, unfortunately, and there's just different situations like that make you look at life differently, and it can come down to something. It may sound simple or little to people like, oh, insomnia, you can't sleep at night. Ooh. But that's not what he's saying. Like, not sleeping. He said it like, what, 5 times? I hate not sleeping. I hate not sleeping. And I know that, like, and if you've gone through that, or if you haven't gone through that, I'm sure you'll lace the comments and we'll talk about it. Like, we're open with everything on here. That's another thing I love about this channel is nobody is judgmental against the next person. I never wanted to even put my publicness on here, but honestly, I could react to a video now. I pull it up. I was on a national TV show. Maybe the next video I'll pull that up. I was on a national TV show and I aired out my life basically with Vivica Fox on Face the Truth. It's on YouTube if you want to find it. Chris and Kate Face the Truth. Me and my kid's mother when I was overcoming my addiction. And yeah, I was on a national TV show right behind the Dr. Phil stage in California. Flew us out there and everything. Got 2 years of free diapers for my babies out of it. So, but yeah, that was an experience to tell my story to people, you know, and get the feedback on it. And that's what Ren does. Like he said, he channeled it into his art. And now he's got all of us tuned in. And now you are tuned into me, tuning into him. I mean, again, so you could take something bad like insomnia and, you know, the sick boy and the therapist and being poor, like all these things I talk about, but you can turn it into something beautiful like Ren does with his music. He's been through so much hard bullshit and he turns it into beautiful music that people can relate to, that someone like me can find this and be like, yo, even though he's from a whole different country, we grew up different, but we both had barriers that we had to hurdle, and we all do that. And I think that's why we all connect on this channel so much and we don't judge each other, because we all know we've been through it. Let's open up and talk about it. Someone laced the last one of the comments I got, me and this dude got into an exchange because it wasn't a disagreement. He made a comment that kind of called me out. Like back in the day, I said I would have took that as a shot at me and I would have said something negative back. But instead I was like, I see where you're coming from. I understand. Now let me tell you where I'm coming from. And then it turned into a good conversation. And then a random person commented on it and said, yo, this is beautiful just to see your guys' exchange and you have a civil conversation. Like, that's what normal used to be. And so you can take something, you know, these negatives and turn it into a positive. Like, starting this YouTube channel turned into be a positive thing for me. And it makes me happy. It makes me feel good that I can come here and simply talk and you come here to, you know, find a connection or relatableness or a platform. You know, you can be open and none of us are going to judge you. We're going to support you and try to help you as you do to me. Like, it's just a beautiful cycle. Like, you can make the dark swing into the light if you really could. If you wake up at 3 a.m. and edit your videos and get this out, like, no, I'm going to channel this rage of something that sounds so simple, if not sleeping, into a beautiful art. Not everybody could do that, and that's why, you know, that's why Ren is up here like that quick, because people noticed his genius like that, and so did I. I didn't know who he was till you pointed me in his direction. And the first 2 songs, I was always trying to anticipate which way Ren was going with the songs, because I was so used to watching Harry Mack and like knowing which lane he was going to take when he was getting specific words to rhyme to, and the rhyme schemes and where the punchline was going to come in and where the wordplay or the similes were going to be placed, or like the doubles and breaking up the verses. And then Ren shattered my world. Like, no, like, we want to hear, yes, not only the bar breakdown, but the meaning behind, like, the message of the song, the meaning of the song, how I can personally connect to it and my story, and then how we all can relate to it. And I think that's what makes this channel different as a reaction channel. We don't just react. We react, but then we dive into it on a more humanizing scale where we all build each other up no matter what all of us are going through. It's all I've noticed is that everyone is supportive of each other in the comments. Like I said, I did it just on purpose because I just like blowing my mind. And every page on YouTube, you can't find a page with at least one negative comment. And not only that, if it is, it gets turned around and turns into a great conversation. Shout out Tracy, I know you're talking, and that's a perfect example. I made a remark, and she was like, you sound like an a-hole, and I cut the video off. And I said, just give it a listen, give me a chance, you know, just see where I'm coming from. And now she's one of my biggest followers. Tracy, I know you're watching this, shout out to you. I know you're going to leave a comment. And we don't even know each other like that, but just from going back and forth, you know, talking to everybody else, that's what we can build off this shit and help each other through stuff like this. And it's a beautiful thing, man. So, yeah, a simple song like that, Insomnia, just turned into a 30-minute video. But this is what we come here for, right? You guys say you like to hear me talk, so you just got to hear this beautiful voice for a whole hour, or half hour. Now, all right, I lied. I won't say beautiful, because if that was the case, I'd probably be out there singing like Bruno Mars or the Jonas Brothers. Nah, so I'll stick to my reacting, giving my opinion, and connecting and relating, because that's what we seem to do. But before we go, hit that subscribe button. I know there's got to be at least 15 new people watching this video. Get it to 600, man. Join the best family on YouTube, the best community. It's absolutely free, bro. You ain't got to feel like, what are you waiting for? You get to come to the best house full of all positive people, positivity. Why would you not? Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave a comment. Let's get into it. And that's what. I got to go pick up the babies now. Made this video a little bit earlier before I got too tired, because I'm sure I'm going to be an insomniac with these girls tonight, because they like to stay up all night, especially on Saturdays. So we'll leave you off with this one till now. And I hope y'all have a good rest of your night. Enjoy the weekend. Stay safe. And we'll catch you on the next one.